All right, well, I made it down here. I was actually at another parking spot, and I was just checking Onyx on the phone here just to see where I wanted to go. So I came up here to this one spot. Actually, there's a managed dove field here, which is kind of cool, and that's actually one of the fields I kind of want to walk around just to see. I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of dove hunters here, but in the next week or so, enjoying some wing shooting. But I do want to see, I've never hunted deer on this property, but I've got a lot of private fields here that have a big crop of soybean in it, and then I've got woods here across, and I know these deer cross back and forth because I've seen them in the past, just kind of driving through. So we're going to get out and just take a walk and see what kind of sign there is, and kind of get an idea if it's an area that we might want to try for deer. We're really looking for filling a doe tag down here, and if we see a big buck, that's great. And bear season does come in the same time down here. All of it comes in September 19th for deer and bear, because of the management unit we're in. So there's always the opportunity that we could get a bear if we see one. So I'm gonna get out and we'll take a walk. Well, we're going to take a walk and see what kind of sign. There's a big frog just jumped there. See what kind of sign we can see. Some old sunflower seeds here. So this is an area that they manage for dove hunting. And we may come down here and do some dove hunting next weekend. A lot of old sunflower seeds here. So, but I want to see, actually it's a big sunflower field. Big sunflower field that they cut down, it looks like. So, all right, I'm gonna take a walk, see what I can find out. I don't know if I got him good, but a big red fox. Real nice white tip on the tail. Just kind of running up through this mowed down sunflower field. That was pretty cool. I saw another small one run across the road in front of me a little ways back, so. Pretty darn neat. All right. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to get down here. There's like a point that goes out, and I want to see what that looks like. I mean, with all the dove hunting that goes on here, it may not be a spot to really hunt deer, but can't hurt to check it out. This entire game land area is managed more for wing shooting so than anything. But the wooded areas are just so thick. It makes hunting hard. All right, guys, I'm gonna get in here and look around. When I find stuff, I'll share it with you. All right, well, there are a lot of doves here. This is a great place that I am definitely coming down to hunt some doves. Gonna have to get here early though, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of guys wanting to come here. But I found my first decent track. We're gonna head down into here, but we got a trail. You can see it right here. So I'm gonna take a walk down in here and see what kind of sign I see. I'm still not sold that this is a spot that I'm gonna wanna hunt deer, so I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time here, but there are tons of doves. So dove season comes in September 1st in Pennsylvania, and I am got some vacation time September 4th through September 8th, so I will definitely be doing some dove hunting and hopefully knocking a few down, and then getting some bacon and you know the rest. So it drops off like really quick here, maybe 20 yards in. There's a trail that runs right along the edge of this ridge, but there is nowhere in here to get up in, even with a tree saddle. I mean, maybe, but it is just thick. So you're not even gonna have a 10-yard shot if something were to come through here. So, and down there's a creek, and it's just a really steep bank, so it's not somewhere we're gonna set up. There's some old rubs here that I saw, but not a whole lot of deer sign on this side. Some tracks here. Here's some old droppings right here. But I'm just gonna take a walk on this trail and see if it doesn't maybe open up a little bit different over here and see what happens. There's turkey dropping right there. Down there's the creek. I can see it from here. It's a big steep bank. The rubs there. There's trails coming right all through there. There's tracks here. Some old rubs. And there's this big trail on this ridge line. We'll call that a Mother Nature natural commode. But I'm on this side hill now. I'm down from where I came in, probably I've walked not quite 100 yards, but it opens up. It's not as steep of a drop off as it is right here. Like right here is a big drop, but it's a gradual hill that goes down. It opens up in here, and there are some spots that in this area you could get up in with a tree saddle. You just gotta figure out which tree is the best and kind of take it from there. But there are some opportunities right here, and there's a lot of sign of deer walking up through here, trails. I found an old rub up behind me here. I've been seeing some droppings. Saw some acorns dropping already, and there's some chestnut trees here too, so they're dropping and everything's eating them. So I'm just gonna keep walking down this ridge, kind of follow the contour down and see what more sign I can find. All right, so here's a deer bed right here. So this bed right here is perfect because this deer's sitting. They can see a long way, but there's bed, I mean, up against this tree. So it's broke up from the wind, but that's a big deer bed right there. I'm gonna mark that with onyx because I've been seeing a couple of beds here. Okay. I got that saved. All right, I'm gonna keep walking down here. There's an old rub. It's a big one from last year. And that's kind of working its way down this ridge that I'm following. So this is an area where it's the most open for shots, but there's still plenty of cover. And what I'm looking at is this tree right here is perfect to get up into with a saddle. I've got a lot of cover behind me, and I would be facing up the hill on this one. And the creek is down behind that. And if I check the wind blows this way, and these deer are traveling across this. So I'm gonna mark this as a spot that could be a good area. This is a tree to get up into, set on the downwind side of that tree facing up this way. I'll still be able to shoot if something comes right on the lip behind me, but I have all this opportunity right in front of me here as these deer are coming up this ridge. So this is an area that I'm going to mark for a possible place to hunt. Now, I don't know if it's morning or evening, so it's going to be trial and error, but I'm liking what I'm seeing now that I'm down in here. All right, so I found another bed, and it's, see that, you can see that bed, it's right here, and you can see like all of the dirt is pushed up, so that deer is leaning up against that tree, and it's kind of sitting there, and it's watching this hill. So anything that comes down over this hill right to it, it's gonna see, because it's sitting here watching that, and it can also get up and escape right down into this hollow here, across the creek, and get up the other side really quick. So another deer bed right here, and there's a couple other ones that I've been seeing all around. So I mean, this is where they're kind of hanging out. It's nice cover, it's cool in here, especially on the hot days that we've been having. So I've been finding a lot of deer sign in here, so that's good. But bed leaning right up against that tree. You can see how the tree is kind of rubbed up a little bit from the deer rubbing up against it, okay? So I mean, that deer's sitting right in this bed right here, okay? Push that stuff up and it's leaning up against that tree and it's just kind of hanging out here. All right, well, I think I got a pretty good idea of this right here. I mean, there's obviously other traffic in here of people, but you can see where I'm at right now. All right, that blue dot is where I'm at, and you can see this point that's kind of out in front of me, and the creek, how it flows right around that. And that is where I'm seeing all the sign, is on this point, because they can watch the hill above them and also their exit, which is down below them right here. So nobody's going to come up. You're going to come down in from the top. And that's what I got to figure out, is which way to come in, what's going to be the best way to come in here from where I'm at. So, but this loops right around. So I'm just going to keep walking, head my way back to the truck, but I'm pretty comfortable with what I got. I'm not going to go by the water. There's a toxic algae in this water down here, I guess with the weather that we've been having and whatnot. So I don't want to go near that so I don't get sick. So I'm going to stay far enough away from the creek right now and just kind of work my way around here. You remember when I said I saw turkey droppings and I showed that to you guys? I'm walking down this dirt road that kind of loops around from where I was parked and comes in on the bottom from where I was walking that ridge. I just heard a turkey gobble. This is the very tip of the point on Onyx that I was looking at, and that bird gobbled right out in there where the camera's pointing right now. I can't believe I heard a turkey gobble on August 29th. That's just crazy. I wish I would have had the camera rolling. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Well, I turned the camera off, took 3 steps, and kicked the turkey off the roost right here. And I think I got it on as it was flying. So I'm not wondering if this is where these birds are roosting, but I'm going to mark it for future spring turkey hunting, because that's pretty darn cool. that tree right there, that big dead tree, is what that turkey was roosted in. I don't know if it was a hen or a gobbler, but the gobbler, he gobbled out there, so that's pretty cool. All right, I'll keep my eyes on. I'll keep the camera rolling for a little bit just in case any more turkeys decide to fly here on us. But that gentleman was very nice. I enjoyed speaking with him, and that's what you got to do. He's a local gentleman down here. He hunts a lot of public land and a lot of game down here. It's just, you got to get in there to hunt them. It's thick. It's tough. All right. Okay. Well, I am not going to cross this creek for the simple fact that I am not going to walk in my house with these boots, have my dog lick them. There's a toxic algae bloom in this creek. And a gentleman was here a couple weeks ago with his dog, and that's how they discovered it. The dog took a drink. Within 50 yards of walking out of the water and taking a drink, the dog buckled over and died 2 days later. And it's an unfortunate thing. It's very sad. And the gentleman that I was speaking to earlier, he's an environmental scientist, and he was kind of filling me in on everything. So right now, because of all the warm weather that we've had, unseasonably warm, hottest July in record here in PA and whatnot, these things happen, these blooms come off. And so, you know, this Game Commission has put signs up around the state land here and also on their Facebook page to let people know not to hunt with your dogs down here right now, and especially don't let them come down in here and drink water. It will kill them, and it will get you very sick as well as if you go in it and drink it. So I am not doing that. I'm not crossing it. Just wanted to see where this road came, and it came right down to the creek. There's a field up in there, but we'll see if maybe there's another way around. I'm gonna go check out some other areas and go from there. But so far, this is pretty cool area. A lot of deer sign, turkey, apparently a lot of pheasants and doves here too. So, all right. Well, I made it back to the truck just in time. As if you can hear, see, I don't know, it's starting to rain pretty good. So we're just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive around the state land here and just kind of see if anything's in the fields. And but I think my walking is done for today. The heavy rains are coming now, it seems like, so I don't feel like getting completely soaked, even though I'm already soaked in sweat. But all in all, a good short morning. Got down here about 7 o'clock, and we've been walking for about I guess I've been out there for about 2 hours or so. Like I said, talked to one gentleman for a while, and that's always fun. I enjoy talking to people that I meet, you know, and talking about hunting. And he was very kind and sharing, and you know, we swapped some stories and talked about the property down here. And I actually learned a lot about this property, even though I've been hunting down here for several years. He kind of filled me in on a lot that I was not aware of, so that's always good to know. It's public land, so he's willing to share, and you know, maybe we'll meet up again down here hunting someday. So all right, guys, well, I'm gonna enjoy something to drink here. I got some Mountain Ops Ignite in the bottle here. I think I'm gonna drink some of that and just cool off a little. Take a look at Onyx and then see where I wanna drive around from there. But thanks for hanging out with me. Leave me a comment down below. Give a like to the video. And as always, if you have not subscribed already to our channel, please do. We invite you to join us along on every adventure. Hope you learned a little bit about scouting, or at least what I do with scouting. If you do something different, let me know. This was a pretty productive short trip for me. This is the area I wanted to take a look at. I've never hunted deer over here or anything for that matter, so I wanted to come over here because I'm pretty familiar with the other parts where I've been hunting. So, all right, that's it. I'm done. Thanks. I'll see you on the next one.
See that? You can see that bed. It's right here. And you can see like all of the dirt is pushed out.